Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. We don't have any guests today, it doesn't look like. Some of you, when you have a business or when you're hiring people or recruiting salespeople, and they're all excited and they got their license and they're ready to go, but all of a sudden they stop answering the call. They don't show up to the office. They go into the witness protection program. Well, what do? Well, you got to understand what's happening. So they've gone into beta mode, all right? So beta, there's different type of brainwave. There's beta, that's the fear-based, which is regulated by your reticulating activating system, which was designed back to protect us when the saber-toothed tiger was roaming the earth and we were its main staple. There's no longer saber-toothed tigers running around, but that system still works the same way. So it finds things that don't really qualify to work on. So things that maybe just be uncomfortable, it treats them like their life and death. And what that happens is it makes you stop. You can't bring in new information. You're stuck with what's in your habitual subconscious programming. And if you're doing something new that you've never done before, there is no protocol to be able to solve that problem, so you get stuck. All right. So there's different ways to handle it. The military has a way, and let me demonstrate. On your feet, on your seat, on your face, on your back, on your feet. Move. Let's go. All right. That'll shock you out of whatever little drama is going on in your life. Back home where your girlfriend's dating your best friend, or your mom sold your hot rod in the garage, becomes real minor when somebody's in your dish yelling at you like that. But in today's society, there's only two places, you can only get negative when the horse is in the barn. The only two places where that is possible is in the military and in prison. Anywhere else, if there's a little crack in the exit door, they're gone. And then you never see them again. So there's different ways of handling this. You can use group situations. So when everybody else is on the phone making prospecting calls, or if you go on an appointment, a training appointment, and your trainee sees how easy it is for you to get the business done, to build the rapport, find the need, right, and actually write business, then they're like, okay, I can do what he did. Monkey see, monkey do. There is another way that works very effectively that not a lot of people do. And I stumbled on it from an author, and he had a definition for love that was choosing only to see that which is good and giving value to others. So when you see somebody who has a skill or a trade, or they do something that you can legitimately acknowledge that has real value to you, you tell them about it. And the chances are not a lot of people are telling them about it. I see it all the time down here in these produce warehouses. There's some of these women that just have it together when it comes to organization, their attention to detail. It's phenomenon. It's a phenomenon to me, and I let them know, right? And you know what? Their boss doesn't tell them, but when I come in, chances are that's the person that's going to write the check for me, all right, to whatever product I got to buy. So I acknowledge that in them, right? Anybody who has good communication skills, they're a gold mine. All right, that's not common. I see these, because of this day and age, everybody's on Zoom calls, and I know they haven't been to Toastmasters, just to tell you, just saying it that way. All right, so when you see this happening, and it's not uncommon, you have to, every business has a system to make it easier, but sometimes you never even get to that point. All right, so when you have the system, or you're in the system, instead of just saying a script, all right, or acting out the protocol, pay attention. Pay attention to who you're training. Pay attention to the person you're talking to, all right, and listen and look for that situation with that person is telling you what it is about them that you can recognize. All right, so the answer to getting people out of beta is to love them through it. Thank you, Men Toastmaster.
Okay. Thank you, Ruben.